Good morning, everyone, and what's poppin', y'all? This is your DJ Brian Jew, and you're listening to TBS efm. And yes, it is Thursday, so that means I'm here in the dungeon again, just like on Tuesdays. So we're almost live because I'm still here, amped up, very happy. I feel like I got an adrenaline rush from yesterday's show. But also, the dungeon actually keeps me up on my toes because if you guys didn't know, the dungeon is actually, this building was the KCIA headquarters before. So that's pretty scary because we don't know what exactly went on in this building. There might be ghosts, and that's the reason why I'm always, on my feet here. I'm kind of scared. I'm not going to lie, it's kind of scary down here in the dungeon. But we're going to leave that aside. We're not trying to be scared because I'm not alone. I've got my producer, I got my writers, got my managers here in the studio. So we're going to start off right now with a song with the hidden word up word of the day. And if you guys know, the word up word of the day is actually hidden in the song. So you got to listen very carefully to figure out what word we're going to actually be emphasizing today. So here's Bruce Springsteen with Born to Run. That was Bruce Springsteen with Born to Run. And right now you're back with What's Poppin' with Brian Jew. We're on TBS efm 101.3 in Seoul and surrounding areas, and GFN 98.7 in Gwangju and 93.7 in Yeosu. Now, here are some ways you can get in contact with us here at What's Poppin'. Today, we're not live, so don't call the studio because there will be no one to answer your phone calls. But you can text us at pound 1013 for a charge of 51. Send us a tweet at EFM Poppin. That's at EFM POPPIN. No G at the end. And same thing with our email. It's efmpoppin@gmail.com. So contact us, drop us a line, but not a phone call line. I mean, I guess a shout out, whatever. And also send in all your requests so we can play it for the second half of our show every day. Keep that in mind. And also, news about our open studio. A lot of people are wondering, how do I get involved? Well, all you got to do is show up here at the TBS building from 11 a.m. or it starts at 11 a.m. So I guess more like 10:30, 10:45 a.m. on Wednesdays to be a part of our open studio that airs every Friday. So if you want to find out more information, have any questions, email us. And if you already know all the information and just want to be involved, you got to email us with your name and your telephone number so we can contact you. Now it's time for the word up word of the day. Now today's word, I'm pretty sure you guys are wise enough to figure it out because it was in the title of Bruce Springsteen's song, is actually something simple. We wanted to make it, something that everyone could get involved with. So it's run. And why did we choose run? Well, if you think about it, running's involved with music. If it connects because a lot of people who do outdoor running or even on a treadmill, what do you usually do? People love music, so they have headphones in their head and they're always running with music. And also there's songs with the word run in it as well. And as you guys know, since the weather is clearing up, what's happening soon? Marathons, triathlons, a lot of athletic events. And what do you need when you're going to be athletic and work out? Music. And one thing I don't like to do is work out without music. Like even today, we had music blasted in the gym. And I feel like that motivates you more to push harder. And with music, I actually run better. I'm not a long distance runner, but with music in my headphones, I run actually further, longer, and I can last longer too. Just, it's a natural kick. So that's why we chose the word run. And the perfect song to start us off, not to start us off, we already had Bruce Springsteen, but with this word in it, next would be a song from a very special young lady. A lot of the Koreans in Korea probably know this song, sung by 9 ladies, of course, the beautiful girls' generation, or 소녀시대. But today's version is not by 소녀시대. It's by Kesha. And here's Run Devil Run. That was Kesha with Run Devil Run. And coming up on today's show, it's Thursday, so that means Eugene will be here for Poppin' News. We live in a crazy, cray-cray world, and half the news that we hear on the radio or even on TV or newspapers, actually you look at and you're like, that really happened today? And surprisingly, stuff happens all the time where it just blows us away. And that's pretty much what Eugene's going to do for Poppin' News. He's going to give us news that's actually true, but you probably think twice about it, like, wow, our world is going down. And that's the truth. It's a sad truth. And that's going to be on the second half of our show, so stick around if you want to learn about Poppin' News with Eugene Wang. So right now we're going to go into the next song. And the Korean wave is hitting all over the world. I'm talking about songs, dramas, models, clothing, food. I mean, every time I go back to the States, all my friends are like, give me some bibimbap, give me some galbi, LA galbi. Yeah, because a lot of people love Korean food nowadays. It's a very I guess they consider a delicacy overseas. And, it makes me proud to know that a lot of people are more interested in South Korea and the cuisines and the music and the lifestyle, the customs. And it's just, shows that how much people are more open-minded these days and accepting to different cultures. So, with that said, I want to let you guys in on a song that came out a while back before the Korean wave was huge all over the world. This is probably one of the groups in Korea. I'd say this group is kind of gangsta, Korean-style gangsta. And actually, this is a song request from our actual writer, Eugene. He loves the song. I enjoy the song because I get to perform the song during concerts and shows. It's one of those crowd pleasers that once you perform, everyone's up on their feet, pumping their fists. It's just a fun song. And these are my 선배s in the business who I love. If I don't love them, they'll probably kill me. But this is DJ DOC with Run to You. That was DJ DOC with Run to You. Bounce with me, bounce with me, bounce with me, bounce. That song's gonna get you up off on your feet. If you're in your cars, don't dance because I don't want you to get in a car accident and then blame me later on. Be like, Brian Jew was playing this song on What's Poppin'. It was actually popping in my stereo. But you know what? Don't dance because that's dangerous. Just like I say, don't text and drive. Don't make phone calls and drive. Do not dance and drive. That's pretty dangerous. Anyways, we're going to go into the next song. And the next song is actually by an Irish band who we actually never played even during the driving days. And it's going to be the first time I think we're going to play their song on What's Poppin'. And a lot of people in the world love this band. Even though they were more popular back in the 1980s and early 90s, this group was formed in Ireland, of course, and they hit the world with a boom, of course. And I love this band because the main guy, I guess the front man, Mr. Bono, he does a lot of charitable events and stuff. He goes around the world, helps people out. He's got a great heart, big heart, and he just loves everybody. And of course, the group consists of Bono, The Edge, Adam Clayton, and Larry Mullen Jr. And they're just a great band, And there's nobody that I know who don't like U2. I mean, I'm pretty sure you guys know at least one U2 song. And if you don't, you need to educate yourselves. Go online and look up some U2 tracks. Even their videos are off the hook. It's crazy. It's illin'. And if you haven't seen them, like I said, I urge you guys to go out there. So this next song, I actually want to dedicate to my pastor from my church because he is the biggest U2 fan. And he always calls me. He's like, hey, Brian, if you hear news about U2 having a concert in South Korea, please let me know because, I want to see them in concert. He loves U2. So this is for you, Pastor Eddie. This is U2 with Where the Streets Have No Name. Welcome back to What's Poppin'. Now it's time for Paparazzi. And today in Paparazzi, we're going to be talking about an actor that all the ladies in South Korea love. His name is Song Seung-han. Yes. Who's starring a new drama that began yesterday called 남자가 사랑할 때, or When a Man Loves. And the funny thing about this title is because I'm doing a musical right now. It starts this Saturday, of course. I don't start doing it until April 12th, but it's the same title, 남자가 사랑할 때, same exact title. But the English title for our musical is actually The Memory 2013. Anyways, I know I'm going off track, but most people naturally wish for, success in new dramas. And that's normal. But the actors from this drama all appeared on a talk show and were asked what they would do if the show were to become a big success. And two of the actors, I can't say these words from Korean to English, Shin Se-kyung and Choi Jung-an said they would show off their abs while singing Choi Jung-an's hit song, Pyeonji, if the TV show were to go over 30% in ratings. Well, I wouldn't mind seeing that. That'd be pretty funny, And Mr. Song Seung-han took it one step further, saying if it happens, then he's going to dress up like a little girl and dance alongside them. That's interesting because a lot of girls in Korea know Song Seung-han being the pretty boy, manly, macho type. And for him to dress up like a little girl, that'd be a sight to see. It'd be a pretty funny sight to see alongside with Shin Se-kyung and Choi Jung-an with their abs showing, singing Choi Jung-an's Pyeonji. That'd be hilarious. And I feel the same way. If our program, if What's Poppin' hits 30%, I will go out and I will run a marathon in a girl's dress. Not in girl's heels, but in a girl's dress. If we get 30%, I will do that. And not just me, the producer here and also the writer will join me as well. And we'll actually videotape it for you guys to see online. But that's not going to happen today. So let's not make that happen until maybe another year. Anyways, we're going to play a song for you guys right now from Choi Jung-an. It's the hit song from the drama. It's called Pyeonji. 'Cause 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 Hello, and welcome back to What's Poppin' News.
Hello, Brian. How are you doing today?
I'm doing very well. How are you doing, Eugene?
All right.
Wong?
I'm fine.
Well,
Right.
today we have news from around the world.
I'm not quite sure why we're being British right now, but British is not very British of you. You know what I'm saying?
I just feel like it's very like news anchorish.
Yeah,
All the
I
professional
agree.
people sound like that.
Yes, they articulate everything.
Yes. Should I speak like this as well?
Well, maybe for our non-English speaking listeners out there.
Nah, I don't want
this
to
would
sound
be great.
fake.
Yeah, I
I'm
know.
ghetto, man. I'm
All
from
right.
Jersey.
So remember last time we talked about some trifling people up in here.
There's trifling people all around the world.
Of course there is, and we got another trifling story today, again from a trifling state, Florida.
What is going on in this world? What's going on in Florida?
I don't know. I don't know what's happening. There must be something in the water. Or the hot air is getting to people's heads
The
or something.
humidity or something.
Let me just tell you about this story. In Spring Hill, Florida,
Okay.
one woman named Crystal Barrett, she was arrested for speeding with a person on the hood of her car.
What?
There was somebody on her car, on the hood, and she was arrested for speeding. She's 28 years old. She was not drunk or anything like that. She was just driving on the road with somebody.
I mean,
on
was this
the
like
hood
a
of their
domestic
car.
dispute and she just got mad and...
It doesn't say how the person got on the car, but they arrested her for driving down the street with the person on the hood of her car. And
Why would you do that?
I don't know. Maybe it was like they were trying to surf or something, but
Surf on the car?
I have no idea exactly why
Florida's
she
known
was
for
doing that.
surfing. Why are you going to surf on the car? Go to the beach.
Maybe they just wanted to get a head start.
Wow.
And
Wait,
they,
who was the person on the hood, though?
They did not say the relationship between the driver and the person on the hood,
Hmm.
but the person driving was Crystal Barrett, and she has a history of habitual traffic violations. And her license had actually been revoked 2 or 3 months prior. So she had no license, speeding down the street in front of the police with a person in front of your car, on
All
the
right,
hood
there's
of your
only
car.
one reason why she would do this.
What?
She's on something.
You think?
She's taking drugs.
That is possible. They said they did find a banned substance inside her car.
See, that's the problem. Hey, kids, if you're listening right now, stay away from drugs, stay in school, educate yourselves, because you do not want to be like Crystal Barrett from Florida.
But this substance is the one that is legal now in Colorado and Washington. And
I mean, it's legal if you get it prescribed, not if you just buy it, right?
in Colorado and Washington, it's legal for anything.
But I'm saying for Florida.
For Florida, I don't think it's legal at all. But
Yeah.
I don't think that would make you do stuff like this. You know,
You never know. People react to things
people
differently.
are crazy.
I drink
suppose.
green tea and I break out in hives.
All right. Well,
See?
stay away from green tea then. No, that's interesting. I actually do have an allergic reaction to artificial sweeteners.
See, everybody has weird reactions to weird things, and she might have a weird reaction to the stuff.
Maybe she has a weird reaction to cars because she has a history of traffic violations.
That is true.
It's possible. All right, let's go on to the next story. This comes from China.
Okay.
All right, so there's
I don't know why.
all right, so this is from Guangdong province in China.
Yes.
And you know, people in China like to go fishing, right?
People like fishing everywhere.
Of course. And if you're going to go to the fish market in China, then the guy's going to like cut open the fish right in front of you and show you how
I
fresh it is.
don't like that, but yeah.
You don't like the open market?
I mean, I love the open market, but I'd rather not see a fish being cut up. Especially when you, recently I went down to Jeju and went fishing for a TV show, and we caught
right.
a live, fresh fish. Took it to the fishery, whatever guy,
Yeah.
and he cut it up. He gutted it right in front of us. So we saw the moving fish all of a sudden just die right in front of us.
then you
And that
ate
was
it-
disturbing.
You ate it while it was still moving?
I waited an hour or two.
An hour?
Before I ate it. Yeah, before we cooked it.
What about have you ever had the living octopus?
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
Samnakji?
So that doesn't gross you out either? I mean,
No,
you cut up
because
the octopus and like...
They do that behind in the kitchen before they...
But it's
you
still
actually see it.
moving when you eat it.
All right, just go with your story.
Well, I actually like that. That's what I'm saying.
It's good.
Speaking of octopus, let's move on to another multi-legged creature, a squid. So there was a fisherman who was gutting the squid for a customer,
Ooh.
and he found an 8-inch live bomb inside of it.
What?
So he opened the squid, right, and then his knife hit against something metallic and went, you know?
How did a bomb get in a squid?
Opened the squid, and there was a bomb in there. It looked like it was a really, really old bomb, and he called the police. And the police said, we don't know where that bomb is from, but likely it was dropped by a fighter plane. So an 8-inch bomb, that's about, the size of maybe your hand and a little bit more.
It's probably the size of an iPad or something.
Yeah, something like that, like the
Well, tablet, yeah.
But the thing is, like, I didn't know that squids could eat bombs, you know?
And I didn't know squids were that big.
Oh, well, yeah, they come in many different sizes.
I thought octopus were the biggest little slimy creatures of the sea.
That is possible, but
Yes.
also the man said this sort of squid lives close to the shore and normally makes a meal of small fish and prawns. And, you know, that's about the size of a prawn. So maybe the bomb is like pretty long and cylindrical, and so he confused it for like a shrimp or something. That's possible, right?
But the texture's totally different.
Well, yeah, obviously,
metal.
but I don't know how intelligent squids are. Maybe,
That is true.
Maybe they just grab it and say, hey, this is roughly the same size, so I'll eat it, you know.
Alrighty.
He said, though, that when he was cutting it, like, he got really afraid when his knife hit the metal, and he didn't think it was still, you know, an active bomb or anything, but then
Was it?
the police came by and they actually said it was live. And
So if he actually tapped it hard enough, it could
yeah,
explode?
it would explode and probably killed him. And
Everybody in the fish market.
Probably all the customers around him. Yeah, definitely. So that's really, really
Good
scary.
thing that didn't happen.
And actually, this is not the first time that an explosive was found
In a squid?
Well, in a squid maybe, but in a marine creature, right? I think in 2007 there was a whale and it had pieces of a 1800s bomb from one of the old wars, like the Spanish Civil War or something. So that is pretty amazing. So,
All right.
Shall we go on to a song?
Let's go to a song.
All right, so-
Since we did talk about Florida,
Yes,
Florida's known for the beaches.
it is.
So we got to listen to a group called...
Called the Beach Boys,
Of course.
And also because, you know, the girl was having fun when she was driving her car, and also because, like, this song is actually about driving. So here's Fun, Fun, Fun
by the Beach Boys. That was the Beach Boys with Fun. How many funs?
I think it was 3 funs.
Okay.
I
There it is.
really like the Beach Boys.
Who doesn't?
And, you know, how, like you said, some people always misspell your name when you're here in Korea? Like they'll say brain.
They spell it brain.
Well, I was in the market the other day and I saw one of those, you know, bootleg CDs.
Of who?
Of the Beach Boys.
Okay,
And it
and
said, The Beach Boys featuring Brain Wilson. And I was like, Brain was...
I don't know why they spell the name wrong, because I guess they assume, since my name's Brian, they think B-R-A pronounces bra, and then
Yeah,
I
that's true.
in, so Brian.
I can see, like, maybe they write it, if you write it in Hangul first and then write it the other way, you
Exactly.
have Burai-an, you know?
Yes.
So they're like, oh, well, there's an I in there, I,
But
right?
for you listeners out there who are learning English, my name is not spelled A-I, it's actually I-A, so keep that in mind. My name's not Brain.
Yeah, it's Brian.
Yes. Anyways,
Just
we have another Poppin' news that Eugene wants to talk about right now.
Yes, this is even more trifling than anything I've heard recently.
Gosh, is there any normal fun news anymore? Gosh.
Well, that's not what this segment's about. I mean,
That is
there's
true,
a
that
lot
is
of
true.
fun news, I suppose. This one is from Cassville High School in Missouri.
Okay.
And this comes from orange.co.uk is the site that reported it.
Mm-hmm.
Do you like girls basketball?
I like basketball.
Okay.
Yeah. But I'm not going to be sexist and say I like only guys playing basketball.
Yeah, everyone likes
Yeah.
basketball.
Basketball,
If you
either-
like basketball, you should like both the boys and the girls, I would
Yes.
assume. But this is a really kind of disgusting story. You know, like when you play
I'm
sports,
getting ready for it. Okay.
you play sports, you have a water cooler.
Yes.
And usually when you get tired when you're playing the sports, you go and drink some of the water.
Yes, if there's water in there.
Yes, indeed.
Sometimes it's like the ion drinks or whatever.
And sometimes what they make you do in sports is to take like a test to make sure that you have no drugs in your system.
Yes.
And do you know how they make you take that test?
You could take it by blood sample,
Or
hair sample, or a urine test.
a urine test,
Yes.
right? Now, these girls at this school are not playing.
Okay.
They're not playing around.
So what were they doing?
Okay, well, they decided to play a prank on the opposing school's
Oh,
team.
no.
And what they did was to empty their sample
Oh,
into
no.
the opposing team's water cooler.
That ain't cool.
That is disgusting.
That's not trifling. That's just messed the funk up.
Yes, it is.
That's
I
wrong.
I don't know, like, how no one could catch them do that. Like, they'd be walking out of the locker room with, oh, I got this cup full of
Yellow stuff.
yellow liquid. I think I'm
Maybe
just
thought
gonna-
it was like Gatorade or something.
Yeah, right. Come on.
You never know.
And so there was only one girl that did it, but then they said that nobody caught it, and
Ew.
and the opposing team actually did drink the water. Of course, it was diluted.
Oh
you know?
my gosh.
And they called the one of the Centers for Disease Control or something, a specialist about infectious diseases, and they said, provided that that girl was healthy, given the amount of the dose, that none of the girls that drink it will be, they won't have any health problems, but they don't recommend drinking that on a daily basis.
Wait, but I heard from somebody a long time ago that urine can't give you diseases or problems.
Well, that is true, except for in cases where there's blood inside the urine.
Ew, she had blood in her urine?
No, I don't know if she did. I don't know if she did.
You went from a trifling story to a messed up story.
No,
if that was true.
But there are certain diseases that you could have that would cause you to have blood in your urine, and in that case, it would not be healthy to drink it.
Was this girl's name announced?
It was not because she's a minor, but her parents were informed about this. And
what's her parents' last name? What's the family's name?
It does not say, unfortunately. I think they want to protect her identity.
I'm sorry. Y'all can hate on me right now, but I'm just saying you parents need to educate your children. You don't do that.
Yeah, the opposing school did release a statement, though. They said, "We understand that all of us in Monette are angered and frustrated by this occurrence. We encourage you to support our stance that retaliation anyway stoops to the level of an offense committed against us." So they don't want to do something similar to the other team, They're
of course you don't. You don't get revenge. It's not eye for an eye.
Definitely not. But see, this is one thing you are not going to hear about on ESPN or even Sports Weekend here at TBS. This is
ESPN, and we have some news today on the NBA. On the floor, somebody actually urinated in the opposite team's water cooler. No one says that.
Do you like the NBA?
I love the NBA, but I haven't listened. I haven't watched. I said listened.
Oh, okay.
I've been up to par with the NBA or any basketball league since I lived in Korea. Because I'm always on the road.
Well, what about the Korean Basketball League?
Well, I mean, I go to the game sometimes. I love KBL. I have 2 friends in the league, so I go watch their game sometimes.
Right. But if you were thinking about the NBA, which player do you think would be most likely to do something like this?
To do this?
Not exactly this, but something similar. Because, they do pranks to each other all the time. If it were me...
Kobe?
You think Kobe would...
Iverson.
Allen Iverson,
I could totally see Iverson doing this.
I would see maybe somebody like Dennis Rodman, who was recently in Korea, except for the wrong one.
What was he in Korea for?
He was hanging out with our friend up north.
Oh, my gosh. Actually, I saw Dennis Rodman when I was in New York.
Oh, yeah?
We're at the same...
oh, yeah, you mentioned this before.
Yeah, drugstore.
That's cool.
And I was going there because I needed some vitamin C, what do you call it? Powdered, tablet thingies?
Yeah.
And he was in the same aisle, but he was buying... I'm sorry, I'm going to put you out, Mr. Rodman. He was buying hemorrhoid cream.
Well, maybe his friend was having some problems.
Well, I'm going to say, I was there just minding my own business. And of course you're going to stare because you see a big, tall African-American dude standing next to you in a drugstore.
What color was his hair? Oh, it was red hair? Okay.
It was during the Halloween season. And I remember it wasn't just me. It was like a group of people on the other side. They're like, oh, my gosh, ain't that Dennis Rodman? And, of course, I turned my head. I'm like, that is Dennis Rodman.
And then Dennis Rodman...
he's buying hemorrhoid cream.
Dennis Rodman looked at you and said, "Hey, aren't you Brian Jew?"
I wish that was true. He probably looked down at me like, who let the raccoon in? Because, the height difference.
Yeah,
this is the big dude.
That's not nice. Actually, Dennis Rodman, when he was up north, he did tweet something and said, "Oh, well, maybe now that I'm here in Korea, I'll find, the guy who wrote the Gangnam Style song," which...
He thought it was written in North Korea?
Yeah, he did. So a lot of people tweeted back at him and said, "Hey, he's from South Korea, not North Korea."
All right, Dennis Rodman, like I said again, I'm not hating on you, but there might be a Gangnam in North Korea.
Oh, I'm sure there is.
I'm pretty sure
south of the river,
Psy
right?
is not from North Korea, and nor did he write the song because of North Korea.
Definitely not.
Yes.
Not. All right, well, that was good. I think we need to go into the next song now. This is because of, the girl was giving away her DNA, I suppose we can say. This song is going to be Give It Away by the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
And I guess the last song of the hour.
Oh, it is. Okay, so we're ending the show. So
yes, we are.
For Brian Jew, this is Eugene signing off.
And we'll see you guys tomorrow for Open Studio.
Peace.
And chicken grease.